Hey, this is Schizophrenia Sucks with Nick. Or at least that's what I'm telling you my name is. I like my privacy. I like to remain anonymous. I might want to do advocacy. So I might have to become a public persona at some point if this channel ever gets off the ground. And I feel like I could help people. I'm not against doing that. I don't like, even when I went to the gym, people would recognize me when I was out. And I didn't like that. Like a small amount of fame, I felt like I didn't want people to know who I was, rather just be like invisible. But please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and most importantly, request content. If there's content that you want to see, you can request it. I'll probably make it because this is a business I've decided and I'm trying to help people. So that accomplishes both goals. It makes it easier on me, and I think it makes the channel better. Anyway, making all these videos about schizophrenia, it's kind of narrow. It's really like I'm a very broad person. There's a lot about me. I'm not saying I'm super interesting. I might be if you're a certain type of person. Like if you've ever taken MBTI, if you're like an NT or an NF, you might find me very interesting and like me. But otherwise, most people probably won't, which is fine. Like 75% of people won't find me interesting. But this is mainly about identifying with schizophrenia, sort of. Like, I really feel like I don't really identify with it, and I don't really feel like I'm a schizophrenic. I know this whole channel is about schizophrenia, and the more I do it, the more it takes off. If it became like a job, if it became like full time work, right? And if I wanted to do like advocacy and I wanted to do other stuff to help people, then it really would be more of like an identity. But I don't want it to become that. I'm not like one of these activist types. Um, so I think schizophrenia is something that I suffer from, but I don't really feel like I'm a schizophrenic. And the way I live my life, the way I'm impacted, it's just like essentially what it means is my memory skips from time to time, right? Like probably a few times per day. I forget what I'm doing, or forget what I'm thinking, usually not what I'm doing. I almost never forget what I'm doing. I don't think I forget what I'm doing. I forget what I'm thinking. And also, I have chronic fatigue, so anhedonia and avolition are there too, but you know, they don't affect me that much. It's mostly the chronic fatigue, although the anhedonia does affect me, which means lack of pleasure. Because I kind of don't really enjoy doing stuff anymore, so I kind of don't want to do stuff because of that. Um, but since I've had major depressive disorder since I was probably like 20 at least, like pretty severe, I don't really notice the difference because my whole like adult life, essentially, I've had major depressive disorder. So I don't really know what it's like to be different. And it's kind of become part of my personality, I guess. But right now, I feel like I'm stuck in a very narrow niche of schizophrenia only topics. And I kind of wanted that at first, but I'm not sure I want that. It might want to broaden out. But when I make videos about making YouTube videos, nobody watches them. So either that's a point of failure or that may be a topic that I shouldn't make content around, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's kind of hard to tell what to do, how the algorithm works, and what I'm trying to do exactly. I'm still not sure because I've done a lot of research and people pivot around on their channels and do different stuff. So I don't really want my life to be, I'm that schizophrenic guy or schizoaffective, whatever. Right? It just doesn't feel like who I am. It's just part of me or something I suffer from, might be the best way to describe it. I don't even want to say it's part of me. I think it's like separate from me. And I guess what I really identify as being like Christian, that's like what I want to identify as the most and focus my life on that. And as someone who's like very intelligent, even INTJ, I do believe that MBTI stuff is real. And like uh, a gym rat, so, and like a health, not advocate, but a health nut. a nutrition expert, stuff like that, right? Like, I mean, I'm not like an expert, but I know a lot. So those are kind of some of the hats I wear, and I'd rather be known for that stuff. Um, so I will be making content about keto and more stuff about the gym and other stuff like that. So that is related to schizophrenia too. Um, but I really don't like this just making videos about schizophrenia, but you might have to have a niche on YouTube and you're not really allowed to expand outside your niche. So I don't know. The schizophrenia content may not take off, or it may be that I'm not making good enough quality videos. So I was thinking about putting AI footage in there, but I'm not sure if I should do that. I'm not sure if that would really help the point, or if I'm just supposed to grow slowly and post a lot, right? Like I'm getting a little bit of views, a little bit of subscribers, and I'm learning. So that's good. And I'm gonna have to change my video type from these sort of ad hoc ad lib videos to a more research type of video where I have to have bullet points and maybe even a script. And I don't want to script videos, but I do need bullet points, especially because if my memory blanks when I'm recording, it's going to be bad. So I need to cover stuff, um, like different topics that would be helpful and educational. So, and that's not the type of content that I want to make. It requires a little bit of research, which is not that fun for me. I like just talking to the mic and making content like that. And that may not really resonate with people that much. It may not be that popular, but that's what I enjoy doing. So there has to be some joy or you'll get burnout. So I'm trying to figure out maybe I'll like those other types of research videos, but doing the research is a little bit tedious. I don't really like it. And I'd rather do stuff like this. But I don't want to be pigeonholed into the schizophrenia identity. So I guess I could make multiple types of content about me. But I'm really like not that interesting of a person. So I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I mean, I guess your personality will always shine through in these things. And also other stuff about you is going to come out. So that'll just be the natural course of things. I guess I could look at other people's channels and see what they've done and how they're doing it. I think it also has to do with not having accepted my illness because I don't really want to identify. Like, I don't want to be schizophrenic, so I don't really want to identify with it either. It's just something that I have to deal with every day, which is extremely annoying and it's a struggle. So I don't really feel it's a part of me. And even though, like, I do pretty much accept it, like, I know I have schizophrenia, obviously, I'm not like denying it, but it doesn't really matter that much to me. Like, I don't really care. Like, I want to do stuff and I want to like compete at like a normal level. I don't want people to go, oh, like he's schizophrenic, but he still does all this stuff. Wow, right? Because I know it kind of depends how disabled you are. So I'll be doing as much as I can, and I know that there's people that are way more disabled than me, and I've been in states where I'm way more disabled, and I'm coming out of a state of like really severe um like I don't know what you call it. I guess disability, being bogged down by all the problems, and I have like a backlog of things I need to take care of because I was sick for so long and I had to piece my life together. And I'm doing that, and I'm not getting ahead, but I'm repairing a lot of the damage, and my life is getting a lot better because of that. And I tell most people pretty quickly that I'm schizophrenic. I don't feel any stigma. I don't really care. I don't really care what people think about me. So there's that. But I just like to tell people right away because if they're wondering, like, oh, why don't you work? Or what are you really doing? Right? Kind of like, to me, it's like, oh, well, what do you do? That's like how I feel about it. Like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm schizophrenic, right? Like, it just seems like I can just say that right away. And besides, like, talking to, like, a girl who's a possible, like, future wife, I don't really care about telling them. I'd like, um, my personality to shine through first with like a potential wife, and then let her know about it pretty quick, probably by the third date, I think is what I saw other people say is that you want to let them know pretty quick, but not immediately. So, but otherwise, I tell people within like the first 5 minutes, oh, I have schizophrenia for like 90% of the cases, and I just don't know exactly why I do it. I kind of feel like it just lets them know what's going on with me, and I don't feel ashamed or stigma or weird about it. I don't feel weird that I don't have a job. Um, but yeah, it definitely, I know a lot of people hide it. And I know if you have an employer, you might not want to tell them, which is a little bit different. Like if it was at a work situation, I might not tell anybody. Like on one hand, it's important information. On the other hand, it kind of doesn't matter. And I haven't faced any like stigma or backlash or anybody making fun of me, but I'm a very strong, confident person. So it just, I don't know. I don't really care. Like you can think whatever you want. And if you say something stupid, I can say something back to you that'll make you feel even dumber than what you said. So I don't know. I don't really feel a problem with talking about it. Right, I stick to my medication. I'm relatively stable, so I feel like I'm in a place where I can just share it, and it doesn't matter. And but it's not my identity. It's not like I don't know. The best equivalent would be like how like LGBT or whatever, how they like make it their identity, and they like have like a flag and they're proud, which is another sin, being proud, right? Like that's like doubling up on your sin. But and this isn't about like discussing about sins or Christianity, but it's just like why would your sexuality be such a part of your identity, right? Like why does it matter so much? Or like I'm schizophrenic, I'm not proud of it. Um, I don't really want it to be my identity. Like I'm not like, oh look, it's that schizophrenic guy. Like I don't have like a schizophrenic pride flag or mental health pride flag. Like oh I'm mentally ill. I have schizophrenia, but I'm proud and like I'm not ashamed and I need a parade and I need like I don't know schizophrenic type stuff like a schizophrenic bar where only schizos are allowed to go, something like that. And I guess we're not enough of the population for that to be the case, but I just don't really feel like I feel like there needs to be some activism done or some laws changed. Like I feel like there's definitely that like there needs to be stuff done. So like for instance, schizos don't get thrown in jail would be a big one because I've suffered from that and I know what that's like. But it's not like I feel like schizophrenia is just like a small, not even a part of me. It's like just something I suffer from, right? I don't identify with it. I don't want to be it. I don't like it. I hate it. And I don't want it to be my identity. I don't want to be like, that's who I am. I guess if you're really boring or if you want people to like you, maybe you'd want that to be like your thing. Like that's, you're the schizophrenic guy. You got nothing else, but I don't know. Anyway, that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and feel free to request content. I might make it, probably will, if it's a decent idea. So, think about it. All right, that's it. God bless.